Yo, what's up? You on spec, guys.
For all kat luar, SPM ke, PMA ke, UPSA semua,
ungkap balik cerita-cerita yang macam tu. Cerita ketiga adalah Yo, what's up guys? PA Andre is back. Alright, Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera pada korang yang menonton channel Andre Paris. Korang semua memang awesome guys. Yes, we are back dengan kita punya video react video yang seram lagi menakutkan guys. Kalau before this kita dah react video-video daripada channel Noob's Top 5, and then kita ada channel Sir Spoof, and then dulu awal-awal dulu aku ada react daripada channel Chillin, Dylan is Chillin, Chill. So ini pun salah satu channel YouTube yang compilekan video-video seram daripada seluruh dunia, dan dia buat konten yang menakutkan. Aku tak tahu, mungkin ada antara korang yang dah pernah layan daripada channel yang aku cakap tu, Chill ni kan. So untuk hari ni, malam ni aku nak react video-video seram daripada channel YouTube Chill. So aku rasa tanpa kita melengahkan lebih banyak masa, tak nak buang masa, kita straight forward. Tapi macam biasa guys, aku akan tanya apa khabar korang. Alhamdulillah sihat, syukur kepada Allah guys. Yang mana yang kurang sihat pun tak apa, kita banyak-banyak bersyukur kepada Allah. Sebab apabila kita bersyukur, Allah akan menambahkan lagi rezeki dan nikmatnya kepada kita. So apa lagi, jom kita straight forward dengan kita punya video daripada YouTube Chill. So Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Number 15. 4 disappearances. When 4 teens disappeared in August of 2008 in Melbourne, Australia, a local search party discovered this found footage in November of the same year near an abandoned hospital. Shortly after, it apparently began making rounds on Australian news outlets. At the start of the video, the boys appear to be cruising down a highway, then further down a dirt road. At one point, they exit the vehicle, and they think they hear a sound coming from the darkness.
In that area, there's some sounds coming.
They approach a gate with a sign that says private property, no trespassing. They ignore it. They find a hole in the fence and decide to enter anyway. As they're walking along in the dark, they come across a red substance splattered on the ground.
Macam darah.
Regardless, they continue on, and that's where the footage ends. A walk into the darkness. They were never seen or heard from again.
Guys,
If you have any info on
hilang
their
guys.
whereabouts, please visit missingpersons.gov.au. Number 14.
Tu serius seram
Academy
guys.
Maniacs. This pair of Russian men took the lives of some of the most vulnerable amongst us, the homeless, and they did it so cruelly that they thought it was best to film their evil. The young men used hammers and knives, taking the
ni apa
lives
benda
of
ni?
6 homeless people in November of
Seriously?
2010. They ranged from the age of 12 to 69. One of the young men's uncle discovered the video on his nephew's camera, and the pair were subsequently arrested and charged for their actions in April of 2013.
Guys, ni
One
orang
was given
gila guys.
24 years and the other was sentenced to life. Neither sentence seems long enough. Number 13. Leonard Lake. Leonard Thomas Lake was a very evil man. It is believed that Leonard and his partner Charles Ng took anywhere from 11 to 25 lives, keeping them in a remote cabin at the foothills of the Sierra Nevada in California. After a medical discharge from Vietnam, he joined a hippie commune near San Francisco where he got married for a short time. But soon Lake found someone who shared the same dark desires as he did. It was only when Lake met Charles Ng in 1981 that the pair started their shared spree.
Aduh, ni orang ni
Charles
semua
had
kena
also
colek guys.
served as a Marine but was dishonorably discharged for theft and desertion. The two agreed to share a cabin together. Lake had built a dungeon next to the cabin. The next year saw the two partners take a number of lives, including neighbors, friends, workmates, and sometimes whole families. On the cabin property, journals, remains, and these lost tapes were discovered. Some of the tapes revealed the horrible acts committed by these two heinous men.
This
Others
serious guy.
showed Lake's philosophy on what he wanted in life. Although Lake didn't see justice,
We go along with this, cooperate with this. We'll be as nice as we can to you within the limits of keeping you prisoner.
the tapes served as proof that his partner Charles was involved in the actions, for which he was convicted on 11 counts. Number 12,
itu semua
Brazilian lost recording.
footage yang real tu guys, yang dia culik
16-year-old
orang.
Van Valencia Puga was pulled over for a mere speeding violation by Brazilian police, but he would soon be discovered to hold some scary evidence of something much worse on his phone. Puga, who didn't have a driver's license and was driving someone else's car, was taken into custody and brought in for questioning. This is when police found the video of him taking another teenager's life. This other teenager was seen sitting in the back seat of the vehicle, being accused of snitching to the police. He was told by the other men that he was going to soon not be living, though he tried to flee the car where he was being kept captive by the three men. He had his life taken at point-blank range. The
Budak ni
vehicle
kena
was his own.
dia
In the
kena
footage, the
kena
trio
bunuh guys.
returned to their car calmly, with Puga saying, "Go with God." The local police chief said of Puga, "One of the most surprising things about this case is that the arrested driver really didn't seem bothered when the video was discovered. He was completely calm and described what happened, and gave all the detail we wanted without showing any emotion at all. The lack of emotion points to psychosis, certainly disturbing to say the least." Number 11, Paul and Carla. These are the home videos of two of the most evil Canadians ever, Paul Bernardo and Carla Homoka. The pair are a husband and wife team who took at least 3 lives in the early 90s. Although these home videos show the couple's normal everyday life, their wedding days, celebrating holidays, etc., investigators were haunted by the secret home videos of the pair committing horrific acts. After a plea bargain in which Carla claimed to have been an unwilling accomplice, she was sentenced to only 12 years, while Paul received a life sentence. However, the videotapes that came out after the plea agreement showed that Carla had been much more active in the events than she had claimed. Subsequently, the Canadian press called her deal with prosecutors the deal with the devil. Carla was released from prison in 2005. She's now remarried and lives in Quebec. Number 10, cyber stalker. Facebook stalking is not uncommon. What happens when cyber stalking is taken to the next level? Kristen Pratt knows. A college classmate at the University of Central Florida messaged her on Facebook. On the other side, Patrick Michonne, a cyber stalker that would soon become obsessed with her and likely scar her for life. At first, the contact seemed normal. He wanted to know what she was up to, how life and work was going, but after she replied, things soon took a turn. Patrick started messaging Pratt relentlessly on Twitter and Facebook, including one tweet that said, "It is up to you now to save your life. I have no options." He called her 40 times in the span of 5 hours at
Ini
one
stalker
point.
guys.
He made 27
Nampak pun
videos
macam
about her
psycho.
that were thought to be lost.
You don't want me for life, Kristen Pratt? That's a very, very unwise decision.
This obsession was torment to Pratt, and she did what she could to stop it. She changed her phone number, but he somehow found it and continued to harass her. She even tried to alter her appearance, but nothing worked. Short of reporting Patrick to the police, which she finally did, he was arrested and sentenced to 4 years behind bars, a much shorter sentence than Pratt received. She's been given a life sentence of fear and paranoia. She says she is constantly looking over her shoulder. Number 9. The
Stalker
Man.
guys,
In
psycho
this
lah tu.
lost tape, some young punks are playing around with a brown paper bag, throwing it at each other before they go to plant it on the doorstep of a stranger. Once it's placed there and lit, one of the punks knocks on the door and races away, while the old man homeowner opens the door to find it flaming there and stomps it out. It probably didn't seem so funny when the men attempted to prank him for a second time. This time the old man comes after them and they just manage to escape. But the third time's a charm. When the prank is attempted a third time, the
Ni
man
kali
is
ketiga
waiting
the prank
for
orang tua ni
them.
guys.
He peers down through the curtains of the door window, whips open the door to strike the young guy on the head, and drags him into the house. When the two others go to investigate, they videotape the front hallway, where the old man is seen leaving into the next room. They then head around the outside of the house and into the backyard. That's where they meet their maker. No other information on what happened next could be found. Number 8,
Video tadi agak
127
gila lah
hours.
guys.
If you've seen the James Franco film 127 Hours, then
Yalah,
you know
ni
the story
based on
of
film.
Aaron Ralston. Ralston was 26 when he ventured into southeast Utah's Blue John Canyon. On April 26, 2003, the climbing enthusiast was scaling down a slot canyon when a boulder he was standing on came loose and caught him between a rock and a hard place. Literally,
Dia
his right
jatuh,
hand
lepas
was
tu
trapped
batu
between
dia,
the boulder
batu
and
tu
the
betul-betul
canyon
timpak
wall.
tangan dia tau guys. Lepas tu dia tak
Ralston
boleh.
hadn't told anyone he was heading out to climb. So with the knowledge that no search party would be scouring the canyon for him anytime soon, he knew he'd have a disturbing decision to make.
Jadi kena potong
But
tangan dia
before
guys.
he made the decision to cut off his arm, he made a video diary of what could have been his last days. The diary was meant as a final message to his family and friends, as Ralston was sure he was going to pass away there. Apart from a short clip of the video diary, none of the footage has been released. Ralston says it is a private video for himself and his family. However, the producers and Franco watched the footage to prepare for 127 hours. A transcript was written verbatim from his video diary. If you're squeamish, you probably wouldn't want to see the whole thing anyway. Then again, if you were squeamish, you probably wouldn't be watching this video.
Yang ni footage
Number
real guys.
7, The Creature in the Basement, published by Colbeen Ari in January of 2009. The description claims that this lost tape was discovered and shown with permission from the government to warn others. The tape features some teenage boys going to explore their school's basement. As they say, strange noises have been heard coming from the basement. An urban legend has it that a former student dwells there. Soon they would discover the truth. After the boys wander around in the semi-darkness, they hear a rasping breath of an inhuman creature, and then they see it.
Ada semacam makhluk guys. Ni real ke apa ni?
Force attacks. The boys flee, but the footage rolls on. What could it be? A true beast or a student film gone horribly wrong? Number 6, Vampire. This video appears to show a vampire feasting on someone in the middle of a dirt road in the dark of night. The footage is recorded from the back seat of a vehicle as some men come across a body dressed in white and lying unmoving across the road. One of the men gets up to check on the body and the camera drops to the floor. When it returns to the road, the man's body is lying there instead, while the red-haired creature pulls up from her feast and starts creeping towards the car.
Ni betul, ni
What do you
buat
make
kau
of
ni
this
guys.
video? Is it real or fake?
Fake,
I'm
ani.
leaning towards the latter. Number 5, Surviving Sandy. When Hurricane Sandy rolled into town, most fled, but one live streamer did not. Published in November of 2014, he writes, during Hurricane Sandy, someone decided that it was a great idea to film the entire event regardless of the risk. I recorded the stream on an old laptop and forgot about it. Found the footage today and decided to share it. Hurricane Sandy was dubbed the most destructive hurricane of the 2012 Atlantic hurricane season, having taken the lives of 285 people. It's plain to see why. As this footage shows, this storm slowly got more and more severe. Number 4, Dread. YouTuber Christian Ronansky published this found footage in December of 2015 with the following description. These are movies that we found in 10 rather large boxes at an estate sale for $5 a box. Being held in a barn about 15 miles west of Austin, Texas, Christian claims. According to Christian, those running the estate sale were unaware what the videos were, or that they were even there, and priced them then and there, with formats ranging from Betamax to 35mm stock reels. Christian notes that the same people pop up in all the films, many of which are too damaged to clean up. Christian promised to upload more tapes as they were repaired, but wanted to know what the wider YouTube audience thought of this one. The footage is vaguely disturbing. First, a shadowy figure is seen passing in the light with some sort of symbol on the wall behind it, while a powerfully disturbing sound plays. Then another figure is hidden behind curtains while a children's song is heard. An old clawed hand creeps its way around the curtain. A scene later and you're in the woods, while another dark figure dons a mask. And next you're seeing a load of medical contraptions, a sink drain, and the lower half of a face up close, while warp sounds tear your eardrums in half. Then another figure with a large nose, first standing still then moving slowly across a room, then a young girl spinning and playing in a field, and lastly an eye up close looking all around. What does this lost tape mean? Do you think it was actually discovered in an estate sale? If so, there's certainly more to this story than we know as of now. Number 3. Lake Tape. When a couple ventured into a lake on their 1-year anniversary, they set up their video camera to capture their celebratory swim. Little did they know they'd be
aku pernah
capturing
tengok
their
video ni
last
guys.
moments
Aduh,
together.
video ni
The
aduh ya
couple was in
Allah.
the scenic region of Yemen.
Okay guys, ini video ni orang lemas tau guys. Kalau korang tak boleh tengok, jangan tengok guys. Video ni agak scary juga.
Appears, however, that the depth of the lake was not what either had expected.
Aduh.
His wife was only waist deep, it appears, as she stands fully up upon greeting her husband. Holding hands, they seem to be playing and splashing each other. Then he takes a step deeper and goes under. He starts splashing around, as does his wife. It's unclear whether he had a hold of her, but both are soon being pulled under. The last thing you see is a hand reach up
video
desperately
ni
and then stillness.
memang
A
touching
few
gila
hours
guys.
after
Diorang
this
dua-dua
happened,
lemas
the
tau. Memang dia
camera
tenggelam
was
terus.
discovered near the lake by a passerby. In watching the clip, they witnessed the couple's final moments. The video was uploaded online where it went viral. It's a scary thought to have your final moments alive go viral on YouTube. It's incredibly sad that a happy couple passed away in such a disturbing manner. Number 2, Sea
Nasib
Incident.
video tadi
A video that
diorang
was
dah cut
posted
dah.
to
Memang
YouTube
aku tak
was
boleh tengok
brought
video
to
tu,
the
memang
attention
scary
of
gila
the
guys.
Fiji
Kenapa
police
kesian
in
tengok orang lemas guys.
2015. The footage shows 4 men clinging to debris in the water as men on a tuna fishing vessel fire shots towards them. While the YouTube description stated that the men in the water were Fijian, the Fiji Tuna Boat Owners Association president, Graham Southwick, claimed that the footage is from Somali pirates failing to hijack some Taiwanese fishing vessels in 2014. Police, however, continued to investigate the matter and could not uncover any clear identifying evidence of the men or the culprits, apart from the fact that the men on the boat were speaking Mandarin. Pirates or not, this is no way to lose your life. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person. So if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new video we upload every Tuesday. Number 1. Boy Scouts. Anatoly Slivka was actively taking lives in the Soviet Union between 64 and 85. During these 2 decades, he fantasized about and recreated an event that he witnessed when he was in his early 20s. He'd seen someone drive into a group of pedestrians and take one of their lives, a teenage boy wearing a young pioneer's uniform. Thereafter, he sought out boys to recreate the scene. This was easy, being as he ran a children's club. After befriending a boy who was always on the shorter side, he would convince him to wear the young pioneer's uniform and be part of a controlled hanging experiment that he said would stretch their spines. He claimed he would revive them, but that was not the case. He took 7 lives this way, although he had done this to far more people, 43 in all. 36 actually were revived. All were filmed and photographed throughout the disturbing so-called experiments, and the footage was developed in Slivka's home laboratory. Slivka was arrested for his actions in 1989, and shortly after had his own life taken as punishment. Good riddance to a horrible person. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because we upload new countdowns every Tuesday and Saturday. Or if you're still not convinced, here are some of our other videos that I think you'd like. Enjoy!
Okay guys, itu dia video daripada channel Chill. And kalau aku tengok video ni, aku ada banyak juga footage-footage yang aku rasa agak mengerikan pasal aku yakin juga ada setengah footage tu adalah fake lah. Macam kita tengok tadi yang vampire lah. Lepas tu ada macam semacam ada budak pergi masuk dekat dalam bangunan lama ya. Lepas tu nampak ada macam satu makhluk yang tangkap dia tu. Aku rasa tu semua agak fake lah. Tapi ada juga footage yang real. Macam kalau kau perasan, kalau kau tengok tadi footage yang di mana ada perempuan tengah duduk kat kerusi, dia adalah mangsa colik dan mangsa bunuh. Dan yang footage last tadi tu pun katanya budak-budak tu semua telah dibunuh kata silap aku. Dan banyak footage-footage yang aku rasa agak mengganggu fikiran aku lah guys. So aku minta maaf kalau ada antara korang yang pun sama macam aku, tengok footage ni, benda ni dia mengganggu sikit, disturbing sikit lah guys. Tapi aku tak nafikan ada video yang memang menyeramkan. Sebab yang kali ni kita tengok adalah 15 found footage dengan backstory yang menakutkan. So apa yang kita saksikan tadi adalah video daripada 15 found footage lah, tape yang telah dijumpa dengan cerita latar belakang yang menyeramkan. So agak menakutkan. Ada 2-3 yang aku rasa memang begitu scary lah. Tapi ada juga yang aku rasa macam aku cakap tadi lah, fake lah, macam vampire semua tu ridiculous, mengarut lah tu guys. So yes, thank you again guys kepada korang yang dah saksikan channel ni, yang dah tonton untuk react bersama aku. Aku ucapkan jutaan terima kasih. Aku doakan korang supaya korang panjang umur, murah rezeki dan dipermudahkan segala urusan dunia dan akhirat. So guys, apa lagi yang aku boleh cakap? Apa-apa pun, korang semua memang awesome pasal korang dah teman aku malam ni untuk tengok video-video macam ni. So kita jumpa sampai kita punya next video. Korang jaga diri baik-baik, stay safe, stay cool. Korang semua memang awesome guys. Ciao.